Yeah, so the book is written for an international audience.
Oh,
So
good.
that was the first thing the publisher asked me to do, was to make sure. So I have 40 profiles of ground covers. There is, obviously not comprehensive. There are hundreds of ground covers you could choose, but I tried to choose the ones that have enough variety that they would be for something for everyone. So something for the high desert garden, something for the Mediterranean, something for a more temperate climates, of course. And of course, I snuck in a few mid-Atlantic natives that are my favorites, got snuck in there. But I also tried to pick ones that would be widely available worldwide. And the funny thing is, the book is doing so much better in France than anywhere else.
Oh,
And
oh.
I did not really have that in mind, but I'm super happy about it. But yes, we took out, there's not USDA plant zones. You'll notice it's
Hmm.
actually a temperature range in the profiles. So
Ah,
I
okay.
was thinking specifically, I was in my mind, they always say, write to your reader. So I was thinking of somebody in South Africa, somebody in Australia, somebody in Europe. Where they're reading this profile, what should I be telling them? So those profiles are addressed to that worldwide.
I would imagine that's also in Celsius.
Hmm. Yeah, there is a transition to Celsius because, of course, yeah, I had to do some math. I was like, "You're making me do math."
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me tell you, every time I get on a Zoom call with other Garden Comp members who are almost all in the United States, I have
hmm
a Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion open on my browser because everyone is talking about what the weather's like where they are.
Yep. So, I'm not. I have to pull out the French version of the book, the French translation, to see if they reversed. Because right now, the Fahrenheit in the English version, the Fahrenheit is listed first. Celsius is in parentheses afterwards. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm betting they reversed it for that one. I'll have to go look at that layout
Oh,
and
probably.
confirm that.
So you say it was
Well,
written for an international audience, which is fantastic. But that brings me back to my other hesitation yet again. It's not just hardiness zones and whatnot, but also relative invasiveness of certain plants.
Yes.
And I don't mean because there's a hot topic of debate, aggressive
hmm
versus invasive. It's incredibly subjective. It depends on where you are. It depends on and on those plants' impacts. Do you make any sort of comment on the level of aggressiveness or anything
hmm
like that?
Yeah, so I have charts in the book that rate them whether they're slow spreaders or fast spreaders. And I was particularly thinking in that those ratings in people who wanted fast coverage or could wait a few years. So
mhm.
you would need to know that, but also, of course, the aggressiveness. And I do talk in depth about checking your local invasives list. I don't list a couple ground covers that are very popular worldwide, but are in on the invasives list almost everywhere. And I do talk extensively about your local native version. So when I talk about ferns as a ground cover, a thick planting of ferns, there are ferns on every continent except for, I believe, Antarctica. So there's a native fern everywhere. There are some ferns that are going to be much more aggressive or invasive, maybe for you, but you can go and source your native one. So we do give the native source of the plants that we profile, and then I do talk extensively about that line between aggressiveness and invasiveness.
Good, good.
That's great.
Okay. Whew.